Okay, let's stay on our coverage of the WestJet labor dispute that could see thousands of flight attendants walk off the job this weekend. CBC News has learned that WestJet is beginning to park its 737 planes right across its network. Now, this move comes as thousands of passengers face uncertainty about their travel plans as they head into one of the busiest weekends of the summer.
I have work back, in Canada, definitely I'm worried.
I think that everyone is just supportive of workers. Times are hard now.
Travel's like an essential service in a sense, right? I get what they need to strike, they have to strike for their reasons or whatever, right? But people also need to get places. I mean, vacation's one thing, but some people travel for other reasons too, right?
The flight attendants could be on strike or locked out as early as Sunday. A deal could still potentially be reached in order to avoid the work stoppage. Both WestJet and the union are still at the bargaining table. But a representative for the union says the two sides remain far apart on key issues such as pay. CBC's Aina Sidhu is tracking the very latest for us, once again joining us from the Calgary International Airport. Aina, we just got this latest update directly from WestJet. What more can you tell us about the dispute and if any progress is being made?
Well, Natasha, talks are very much ongoing, but just a short time ago, WestJet told its employees that it's going to begin to park some of its 737 aircraft across its network. Now, in an email obtained by CBC News, the internal memo also claims the company has offered flight attendants additional pay for work before and after flights and offered them a double-digit wage increase in the first year of the contract. Now, we have reached out to WestJet and CUPE, the union representing the flight attendants, for comment. We have not heard back yet, but this really is the key issue in these talks. The union representing the flight attendants say that the flight attendants are asking for fair compensation. They want to be paid for their time on the ground before a flight takes off and after it lands. Now, we are keeping our eyes on all developments today. Up until now, it has really been business as usual here at YYC, but as of 12:01 a.m. Sunday morning, 4,400 WestJet flight attendants could walk off the job. We did speak to a labor lawyer who says it's not uncommon for talks to go right down to the wire.
Right now, we've seen in the past 12 months and the past few years, a lot of, shall we say, tension in the airline industry along the lines of these various unions and employers bargaining. And so in the airline industry, one might say that's become pretty common now. In other industries, not necessarily. There is a concept called pattern bargaining, where you might be trying to bargain your collective agreement, but you're going to be looking at other employers and unions in your same industry to see how are the tides going, how is the tone and pace of negotiations generally going.
And this is all really similar to the labor disruptions we saw last summer with Air Canada, involving thousands of flight attendants and grounding thousands of flights last summer as well.
Now, you've had a chance to speak to some travelers who were there at the airport. What are they telling you?
There is relief for some people that are flying out today, taking advantage, getting out before the long weekend. So people are feeling nervous, but for the most part, they are relieved that they are leaving today. A lot of them are, we're in the international departures terminal. There's a lot of big flights that people are taking. We spoke to a number of people flying to Tokyo, and just a lot of trips that have been planned months in advance. Have a listen to what they're saying.
Not knowing that my trip might be canceled, which is pretty stressful considering I booked this last minute.
It's stressful, obviously. I'm headed down there and I might be stuck there, so that's a problem, but I'm just kind of hoping that it doesn't last long if it does happen.
Now, the real worry, though, is those return flights. People leaving today are, of course, heading out. There has not been any problems so far, but people are worried about how they're going to get home, so they're keeping an eye on it. But for the most part, they're just saying we will deal with it as it comes. Now, WestJet is offering a one-time change for passengers up until August the 4th, but you are not necessarily getting the money back that you received. It might be a credit, just depends on what kind of flight you did book. I did speak to a travel agent, though, who says that, if you want to book on other airlines, really are not a lot of options left, and the prices could also be quite high since it's so last minute during peak summer travel. Natasha.
CBC's Aina Sidhu at the Calgary International Airport. Thank you, Aina.